I don't see any. Okay, now it's working. Lin, Worker, Group D, winner bracket semifinal. Everything is correct. In the upper right, the Korean champion, man. What a story this man wrote in this year's Warcraft 3. He came back from the army in April, I think, and his first competition that he played after coming back was the one and only qualifier for WCA, for the World Championships in December. And you know what? He won that thing. And he made it look so easy. Such a dominant performance. The only night elf who was able to beat him was Moon. Apart from that, he wrecked everyone, defeating Focus in the mirror match and Law Light in the final 3-2. And at the moment, he has two NetEase accounts. NetEase is, of course, the letter in China, as he lives in China with his girlfriend. And his two accounts, speaking of yesterday his two accounts were number 1 and number 2 in the NetEase ladder. Absolutely astonishing what Lin is performing. And don't get me started about WCA versus China versus Korea. That clan war had an NGL match day where basically a King of the Hill mode. And you know what? Lin eliminated every single Chinese player. That was TH, Infi, Fly, Life, and 120. Unbelievable performance. He defeated Fly twice, by the way. And yeah, his opponent today, Orc Worker from the Belarus, 25 years old, and this is also his best year in his career for sure. He won a Jera Cup, has been in 5 Jera Cup finals, but his big breakthrough was definitely the European qualifier for WCA, where he wrecked Hate Love Anger, Chechi, Wan, Yaz to be in the and Sonic to be in the grand final. And only losing to Foggy 2-3. That was pretty damn close, but he earned himself $3,000. That is absolutely amazing for the Belarus, I think. We have a few spikes, but I think it's still watchable. Lin found the Circle of Nobility, Worker on the other side with the Gloves of Haste. Tier 2 tech already with a 1 burrow tech. Lin does the same, so from now, this is a mirror match as good as it gets. A very defensive burrow here. Maybe he's afraid of a potential little go. But Orc Worker seems to be a little faster on his feet here, but he did only go for the item carrying creep in the bottom left. So he's lacking experience at least a bit. You see Lin is very, very close to level 2. But therefore his second hero, the Shadow Hunter, most likely will get the remaining 2. And maybe closer to level 3, because level 3 on the Shadow Hunter is one of the most important things in this matchup. If you fight with level 3 against the level 2 Shadow Hunter, the fight is almost yours. Nice little cancellation by Lin, so the Blade Master has to use another heal wave. Another heal self, of course. On the other side, level 4 on the Blade Master is very important, or level 3 if you want to go for an early critical strike. Usually you skill Windwalk on level 3 to get a little more damage and more map control, because the duration of Windwalk is longer. But if you see, alright, there's a fight coming, then you better go for critical strike level 2, as it boosts your damage significantly. Both first heroes with boots of speed, that is, I think, mandatory in this matchup. Lin unveils himself for the backstab damage, but now, of course, with the grunt against the Blade Master, he can't really do it, but he does tremendous damage so far. Reveal has been used. Backstab damage is coming in, but this one grunt, oh my god, he loses it in the early game, and that seemed very, very easy for Lin. Tier 2 tech almost done, and he can't cancel the heal scroll if Lin doesn't do a major mistake. So far, when we've seen Lin offline, he is an unbeatable beast. But online, there's definitely a crack in the shield, I might say. Well, there was one exception. GCS, spring. His first offline event, I think, after the WCA qualifier. That was when Foggy beat him. Yes, you heard it right. Our European champion in Shanghai, with the greatest performance of his career, was able to take out Lin out of GCS. But apart from that, I think 0 flaws in the game of Lin. And I just see that the overlay is wrong. Long is of course no Night Elf, but I will fix that in a second. But let's see if he's able to cancel something. The bouncer is blocking the path to the main base, so Worker can't really do anything, of course. The grunts are tanky enough, and Lin's base build is too good, but he shows no sign of fear. That's always good. Distracting a bit, keeping the Blade Master away from level 3. He is quite behind, but I think that's alright so far. Got a little time. Shadowhunter is out, same for Orc Worker. And yeah, he has this two... Where are they? Here they are. The little rogues. Using a hex immediately. That's kind of weird. But Lin seems to be aware of the fact. And goes in for the harass. But no Windwalk. He's trying to go for the item at the rogue here. First experience on the Shadowhunter. There will be another hex for the Blade Master. So he should be able to get the rogue. What's the Blade Master of Orc Worker doing? Not much. 355 gold, Beastry and Spirit Lodge, of course, as you go Raider Walker in this matchup with Kodo Beasts later. Shadowhunter is a little under pressure, and this tiny bit of time that he got here threw Orc Worker back. He said, "All right, I'm keeping this 2 rogues to get up in experience and have a faster level 3." Oh, nice steal, and the Cloak of Shadows on his side as well. But yeah, Lin knew about this, and Lin exploited it. His own Shadowhunter, level 1.75, I think. But with that rogue, that should be equal. Blade Master's scouting is again being revealed. Oh, Hex, so he tanks a lot of damage here, but has another heal self, so he should be fine. He's still in Windwalk, so all good. So I think we have a little bit of time, so I will adjust the overlay real quick. Races left. Orc. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a producer. I have to do this on my own. There we go. There's an Orc, and yeah, we're getting close to the first engagement. Orc Worker is already calling the peons. Lin didn't do the same. So the thing with the peons is you use Spirit Link on them, and all the HP are combined in one big HP pool, and if you take damage, it subtracts from this pool. So all the units get equal damage. That of course means they can sustain a lot longer before they have to be microed out. And yeah, the peons add a good 1000 HP to that pool. So it's a very cool trick to use. Level 3 Blade Master, level 2 Shadowhunter, so he has heal wave. On the other side, still a level 2 Blade Master. I wonder if Lin goes for crit level 2 or not, to be super sure that he has more DPS. We don't see any Kodo Beast just yet. Adept upgrade, War Mill is here. Blade Master is coming in for an Invo Potion most likely. He got the heal scroll already. And now he has the gold for the Invo and goes for it. That's big, because Orc Worker has none. So, lesser Blade Master and lesser items. Can he kill the Sasquatch? No, he can't. Replenishment Potion is okay, but the Raider has already taken damage. No Scroll of Healing, no Invo Potion remaining. So the position for Orc Worker is usually good here, because he has the shop in the back. At the moment, of course, everything is out of stock. So he can't really do too much. But he has 2 Dispels. Yeah, it's finished. And the Kodo Beast is coming. So, oh, Lin already has a Kodo Beast. That, of course, gives them War Drums. 10% damage on everything. And on a Blade Master, that is very significant. So usually, like back in the day, there was a player called Violet, and he figured out that if you focus the Kodo Beast, yeah, you drop low with your army, but if you get rid of that damage, it helps you in the fight. So let's see who focuses the Kodo better. Orc Worker already pretty down with his Blade Master, needs healing for sure, or a potion or something. Goes into another position to save himself a little bit more, but there's hacks, but no follow-up. When Lin has a Blade Windwalk, but doesn't use it just yet. Both Kodo Beasts seems to be pretty healthy, but Lin with a surround on that Kodo, very, very nice. Can be focused with ease. But now Orcworker is doing the exact same thing, and it looks like his Kotobees, or he will get the Kotobees down earlier. There is another potion on Orcworker's side. Has to be very careful about the critical strikes. It's Windwalk level 2, by the way. Level 3 for the Shadow Hunter of Lyn. He can't use the heal wave just yet, but Orcworker calls for the GG. That was a lot of units that died, and Lyn just superior in this game. And after 10 minutes, the first one is over. And the next map is Last Refuge. Okay, I can't invite Worker right now because he's in a game or something. But it's alright. So yeah, that was a very fast 1-0 in only 10 minutes. Usually the fights last a lot longer. And it goes a little more back and forth. But of course, we're talking about Lyn here. $500 people already. That's nice. So, Happy, Panda, and Wolf. That should be it so far. So Lyn is, of course, the big favorite in this game, but we've seen yesterday that Remind beat Lawliot. We saw that... Who else was there? Life beat Fly. So everything is possible here. So the Russians seem to have a little problem. They're using What the Fast, so I can't really rely on that because I'm using Lon Life. Ah, there's Happy. I don't really know what's going on because Worker just used an observer slot. Maybe he's afraid of being disked again. So yeah, a lot of people were talking about how is Lyn performing online. So TH will do another Chinese commentary. That's good. I don't really know what's going on with Worker right now. Okay, game starts. Here we go. Map number 2. Lin is up 1-0 as expected. But is this the map where Orc Worker will shine? Orc Mirrors are very, very rare in Europe, so it's kind of hard to prepare against. Basically, the only chance to practice for it is to play with Focus, I guess. But of course, it's Korea, and it's kind of hard. Orc Worker has a good NetEase account, though. But I don't know if he faces like the best of the best there. So yeah, we have, what was his name? Bizarre, who is an upcoming orc. But apart from that, the orc section is really empty. Like we had Helsing. But that's it. And yeah, so it's very hard to practice, and you don't really need that practice. Because, well, if you don't face a lot of orcs, why should you practice for it? And if you're the best orc around, it doesn't really make sense to practice for it when you face a lot of night elves, humans, and undead, of course. So a lot of people are asking if when Remind vs. Fly is going to be played at 6 p.m. Central European summertime. Because Fly is still playing an event for WTV. He will be home at midnight, and that is in 40 minutes. But of course, they will wait for this game to be finished. So, this didn't update for whatever reason. Did I not save this? Of course, there's one guy. 1-0 ahead. Here we go. I have some statistics on Lin when he faces orcs. These guys actually met already in the GCS International qualifier. It was the last game of the group stage, and Lin won against Orc Worker 2-0. That's not too long ago, I think a month or so, if I'm not mistaken. In MoCup, Lin won 2-1 against Focus. That matchup we will most likely see later today as well. Or, well, let's see about that. And in Robam Cup, Lin won 2-1 against Fly. And he won him twice in China versus Korea. So that was pretty crazy. So far, I think I have, on this stats, only one Orc Mirror that he lost, and that was in the WCA Korea qualifier versus Focus in the winner bracket semifinal. And that says a lot in almost a year of competition. Lin is a beast, and if even Fly is not able to beat him, it was close though, very, very close to 5 times, then you know how strong this June Park from Korea is. Orc Worker, do I have some stats on him? I don't think so. No, the only Orc Mirror that I have in his stats is the loss against Lin in GCS. Orc Worker, a one-time Jera Cup winner. His biggest accomplishment apart from WCA. And the achievements of Lin, they read like, I don't know. It's so crazy. BlizzCon back-to-back winner in 2008 and 2009. WCG winner in 2011. ESWC winner in 2010. Until Extreme Masters winners. And the list goes on and on and on. Of course, multiple WC3L winner with SK, for example. Oh, nice block by Orc Worker, but there's Windwalk. Can he get a crit out of something? Is there boots already? No, there's not, but Windwalk versus no Windwalk. Lin is forced into the speed scroll, but that was definitely worth it as he killed the Orc Burrow here. And that keeps Orc Worker's supply stuck. He can't produce a grunt right now, and that slows down his creeping, so he has to do it with one grunt and the Blade Master, as Lin has 2 circlets already. Illusion is scouting this tier 3 tech, of course, flawlessly by Lin, and Orc Worker a little ahead. Level 2 on the Blade Master. That means critical strike. But the Blade Master here got the High Priest, and that's so important. Sentry Ward, the best possible item. Not only that it's good for map vision in general, but it also reveals the Blade Master if he's in Windwalk. So if you take a big creep spot, just use the wand, and you know that you're not getting creep jacked. Or maybe later, if the Shadowhunter is around, you can hex your opponent then to surprise him, because he doesn't know that there's a ward. They are hidden. Tier 2 tech is finished. Beastery, Shadowhunter, Lodge will follow. Same for Lin, who is slightly ahead, but skipped on the Shadowhunter for now. And Worker again has to retreat. This is a big chunk of experience for Lin, as well as the Gloves of Haste. Nice little damage boost. But from experience, yeah, it's just, yeah, well, a third of a level. That's still okay. He can catch up with that. But yeah, the most important thing is leveling the Shadowhunter. And so far, I don't see how Lin is giving him any space at all. And there you have the first Sentry Ward. He sees everything. He knows where Worker is walking. He knows when something is coming out of his base. Very, very good ward position. But Orc Worker should be aware of this. So, Lin even bought the dust so that Worker cannot kill this. Very cool. Of course, he can use the reveal from the laboratory, but that will take some time. Shadowhunter is out. He's out here as well. He's going for the Murlocs. Will Lin go for something bigger? He still has this High Priest here. It can be crapped. Second Sentry Ward here. That's a very interesting position. Don't really know why he used it here. Maybe just to scout for an expansion or something. But usually I expect it more here. To see when he's going for his shop. And maybe the red spot. But okay, it scouts the Rock Golem. That's also very big. If there's a creep check coming over there, and you're lucky with the Rock Boulder, this can be GG as well. Lin creeping up, having a good time. But Orc Worker steals one of the big consumables. And if that's a mana potion, or an invo potion, or a heal potion, it's a Wand of Mana stealing, can also be good. He's not picking it up! He's not picking it up! That is 200 gold and 150 mana. Claws of Attack plus 6 for free on the Blade Master. Oh, Worker. Was that ping? I don't know. At least he got the experience. Slippers as well. So this Blade Master is gonna be a beast. Plus 10 already. He can get up to plus 13. But now, Lin sees, alright, the creep starts. So I have a lot of time here. He's not using it for the red spot, which he could do. Just for the little null overseer. Searching for more claws. High Priest still alive. No Kodos yet. No adept upgrade on the workers. A little bit of Flute of Accuracy is okay, because as you can see here, the Spirit Walkers do 19 to 20 average damage. And with the Flute, that's pretty good. Also on the Shadowhunter. And on the Kodo Beast, it's also a boost there. So, in my opinion, he shouldn't sell it. But maybe if he needs the gold more, it's good. The Kodo Beast is coming. Okay, he's keeping it. I like. Item is the Scroll of the Beast. There's Dispel, so not that great. There's still the mana pendant. No, not the mana pendant. The Wand of Mana Stealing around. But Lyn again with a heal scroll and the Scroll of the Beast and a speed scroll. Oh, he wants to run away with the speed scroll, but he can't. Has to take the fight now, where Lyn wanted this first engagement to happen. Heal scroll saves the Raider for now, but not any longer. The damage from the grunts. Perfect positioning from the two to snipe out the Raider immediately. Can Orcworker get the counter kill here? The Kodo Beast is there for him. Lyn is still lacking one, so there's damage boost on the side of the Belarusian player. Does he have the damage though? No mana on the Shadow Hunter anymore, and Lyn has still 2 heal waves and 2 heal waves on level 2. Blade Masters are battling it out, but for how long is the question? Backstab? No, Orcworker taps out. That was another fast game by Worker and Lyn. 9 minutes. Lyn kills him in a 20 minutes combined. So, yeah, we have some time.